This learning activity was developed to help current and future health professionals to better understand the complexity of behavior change, as well as help with developing motivational techniques which will improve the likelihood of positive behavior changes in patients. Helping people see the need for a change in their behaviors is not an easy process and should be viewed as a journey, one that could possibly take years to achieve. In order for successful change in behavior, your patients will need more than just the will or desire to change. They will also require resources, support, and an environment that supports the new behaviors. Before this process can begin, we must first understand what is meant by healthy and unhealthy, as well as understand that these definitions can and oftentimes differ dramatically from person to person. Health is not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Rather, health should encompass a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. The World Health Organization reconceptualized the understanding of health as an ecological perspective to encompass the extent to which an individual or group is able, on one hand, to realize aspirations and satisfy needs, and on the other hand, to change or cope with the environment. As mentioned, the individual's understanding of the term health will differ from person to person. It is imperative for health professionals to develop a broad understanding of how this term, health, can be viewed different from person to person. For some individuals, healthy may mean only smoking a half a pack of cigarettes a day, while another person may see healthy as exercising for at least 1 hour every day. In addition to understanding the many different views of health, health professionals must also gain an understanding of how different people can define the term unhealthy. For some individuals, unhealthy choices may only pertain to food and exercise. Others may choose to adopt a more broad interpretation of unhealthy and include activities like not properly managing stress, not wearing seatbelts, or not practicing safe sex. In order to help your patients live a healthier life, regardless of their personal definition, we must first address a few concepts: modifiable risk factors, social determinants, and health behaviors. Modifiable risk factors are those risk factors like race, age, gender, and genetic history that cannot be changed. Social determinants are those conditions in which people are born, grow, live, and age. These circumstances are shaped by the distribution of money, power, and resources at a global, national, and local level. Health behavior is defined as the actions, responses, or reactions of an individual, group, or system that prevents illness, promotes health, and maintains a quality of life. There are 3 types of health behavior: preventative behavior, illness behavior, and sick role. Based on the patient's current health status will determine what type of health behaviors are prescribed. Preventable behavior includes those activities that promote a health, such as regular exercise, eating right, and seeing a physician on a regular basis. Illness behavior describes a person who perceives a health problem and sees a doctor. This individual may seek alternative therapies. Sick role describes a person who receives a diagnosis and now adheres to a treatment plan like medication, exercise, or diet. Understanding how people define being healthy and/or unhealthy will help health professionals assess what level and type of care is required. The most prominent theory used in health promotion is the trans-theoretical model of change, Stages of Change by Prochaska and DeClement in 1983. Stages of change lie at the heart of the trans-theoretical model. Studies conducted on change have found that people move through a series of stages when modifying their behavior. These 5 stages are pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and maintenance. Pre-contemplation is the stage in which there is no intention to change behavior in the foreseeable future. Many individuals in this stage are unaware of their problems. Contemplation is the stage in which people become aware that a problem exists and are seriously thinking about overcoming it but have not yet made a commitment to take action. Preparation is a stage that combines intention and behavioral criteria. Individuals in this stage are intending to take action in the next month and have unsuccessfully taken action in the past. Action is a stage in which individuals modify their behavior, experiences, or environment in order to overcome their problems. Action involves the most overt behavioral changes and requires considerable commitment of time and energy. Maintenance is a stage where the behavior has changed and has been maintained for at least 6 months. While the time a person can stay in each stage varies, the tasks required to move to the next stage are constant. Certain principles and processes of change work best at each stage to reduce resistance, facilitate progress, and prevent relapse. To better understand how an interprofessional collaborative team can best implement behavior change, let's watch the following scenario. Kathy has been married to her husband Ben for over 30 years. Kathy has been smoking for over 45 years. She began smoking when she was about 13 years old when her parents got a divorce. Ben also smokes, and their daughter Kimberly hates that her parents smoke. Kimberly is recently married and expecting their first grandchild in the family. Kathy's daughter has made it clear that she does not want her child to be exposed to secondhand smoke. She doesn't feel comfortable being in her parents' house because it reeks of smoke. Kathy has been a receptionist for a high school in her hometown, which some would call rural. It is time for her to see a physician for a regular checkup. Unfortunately, this trip was different. Her doctor said that she is showing the early signs of heart disease. Her doctor has advised her to quit smoking and develop a regular exercise regimen. Kathy returns home to share the disappointing news with her family. Though no one wants to hear bad news, no one was surprised of her diagnosis. Kimberly knew her mom has been unhealthy for as long as she can remember. She has encouraged her parents to quit smoking in the past, but they both stated that it's just too hard to quit. Kathy feels stuck. To figure out what Kathy should do next, let's bring in our expert. This is Dr. Howard Baptiste, and she will help us figure out what Kathy should do next.
To better understand what Kathy needs to do, we should first consider the 5 stages of change and the key factors that will determine if and when Kathy will be ready to change her behaviors. What stage of change do you think Kathy is currently in at this point? Right now, Kathy is in the contemplation stage. She wants to change her behavior, but hasn't developed a plan or taken the first step. The goal for the health professional team is to help Kathy move from the contemplation stage to the preparation stage, followed by the action and maintenance stages. Take a few seconds and think about what recommendations you would make to help Kathy transition to the next stage. Now let's check back in on Kathy and see how her 6-month follow-up appointment went.
After returning to her doctor in 6 months for a follow-up appointment, Kathy feels more comfortable and confident in continuing her goal towards weight loss and abstaining from smoking. The interprofessional team has worked together to help Kathy and her family understand what will contribute to sustainable success. By effectively communicating with other members of the healthcare team, respecting the patient value, and engaging in patient-centered team approach, it will increase the likelihood that Kathy will reach her health and fitness goals. Practicing in this interprofessional collaborative manner can help Kathy towards achieving the best possible health outcomes.